Tommy Joe is one of those guys that has never been here in the truck.
It did
Looks
have
like he cut a tire down, didn't it?
Did have a tire issue. Winning this race throughout the event to make sure you know exactly what to do later.
That's Tommy Joe going right through the middle, right in front of Timmy Hill. What a fortunate break for Timmy Hill in the 49 truck that he was able to avoid. Well, that road when the caution flag comes out. Look here, we're going to have an accident like we were talking about.
It's the 18 of Cody Coughlin, and the 23 collects Christopher Bell.
It happens all the time when you
and lose all his track position. But you see, was there contact into the back of the 18?
Looked like Ben Rhodes maybe in the 41 truck ran in the back of Cody Coughlin. So Christopher Bell gets some damage there. He's in the middle of the pack. Looked like maybe a little contact from the 05 of John West Townley. What an amazing save by Bell.
Does that remind you of his owner? Caused a big crash. Look at Enfinger. Oh, there it is.
Enfinger around. Cameron Haley around. Ben Kennedy.
They got it. 4
Huge crash in turn 3 at Daytona with 8 to go.
I didn't see any way they could continue to run like that.
Look at 3 wide.
We knew 3 wide wasn't going to work, but it actually happened inside. It looked like the 17 of Peters might have gotten into the back end of the 13 of Cameron Haley.
And that was right beside Matt Crafton. He got, hard contact.
I thought maybe they had a chance to straighten it out, but then it just stacked everybody up so much. And about 3 or 4 rows back, they started wrecking.
You can't see, Phil. You don't know that those guys have gone out of control up ahead of you. You got the gas wide open, driving straight into the crash.
There was a push from Timothy, turned Cameron Haley sideways out on the outside of John Hunter Nemechek. And again, there it looks like they're almost straight, but now we're 6 and 7 wide.
Look at Chris Bell slipping through.
Well, this is going to be one of those races where you might look back as the winner or the top 2 or 3 finishers and say, whew, we dodged a couple of those. And we talked about this earlier in the show tonight.
We've seen it all night. Watch Peters hit. You can see he wasn't right behind the 13 of Haley and knocked him into John Hunter Nemechek. Nemechek's able to continue, but behind them, what a mess.
Looked like it actually lifted the back end off of that 13 truck up off the ground.
Watch it from the onboard of the 88 of Matt. The white flag is out.
They're going to crash.
With a big run. They're crashing. Christopher Bell upside down.
Peters gets bumped.
Looks like William Byron got jumped by the 86. Look at Timothy Peters on the inside as Christopher Bell tumbles down the front straightaway. Timothy all the way to the inside of the racetrack because, you know, a lot of new pavement down there, guys, and that makes such a huge difference. They don't get any grass. A lot of huge pavement scrubs off a lot of that speed.
I count 13 rolls for Christopher Bell. Watch it.
Well, Daniel Hemrick almost went underneath that 4 truck of Christopher Bell.
It's a testament to the safety of these racing vehicles that Christopher Bell can take that kind of ride and then drop the window net and climb out.
Very fortunate that these trucks are as safe as they are. Look at this truck just get out of control. Probably about the fastest part of this speedway, Phil, right out of the tri-oval.
It just starts tumbling.
That young man with his dirt racing background, I'm sure he's had many barrel rolls in his career, but none like that.
And Michael, I know you've been upside down. I've been upside down like that. The flipping's not that bad, but it's the landing that hurts. And that thing landed about 6 or 8 times pretty hard.
What about Brandon Brown? He slides through there. Looks like he's going to be credited with a 4th place finish.
I think he might have got in the back of William Byron, and that's what got in the back of the 4 of Christopher Bell and turned him sideways.
Wow. But we saw, you know, experienced driver like Timothy Peters. Let's watch this view.
Keep coming, they're wrecking. Back it up, back it out.
Wow, he had to turn hard left to avoid the flipping Christopher Bell.
You're right, Phil. All that pavement down there gave those guys options.
Watch Timothy Peters second in line on the inside after the contact.
That looks a whole lot like the angle that Kyle Busch rode into that inside wall a year ago, but all that pavement and that wall has been relocated. There's safer barrier all in that area there.
And just barely nudged that safer barrier with all that pavement to scrub off the speed.
Matt Crafton is able to take off. Oh, we got trucks shooting out of line. What a save by Ben Rhodes. Wow. And which way will Christopher Bell go?
Big crash, heavy hit for Crafton. Caution is out. Suarez and Crafton both battling for the lead, and they are torn up.
Suarez on the outside. Watch Christopher Bell. Watch that Ford truck right side of your screen. Is he going to make a little contact? He does with Suarez.
So Bell gets into the back end of his own teammate, Daniel Suarez, and that's what knocked Suarez into the 88 of Matt Crafton. Wow.
Yeah, that was a mistake that was made on pit road, followed by one on the track. And watch the job he does slipping through after causing that mess. He's able to get through. Spencer Gallagher hit the outside wall. John Hunter Nemechek slipped through as well.
Let's go on board. Teammate Daniel Suarez.
Oh, flat tire.
And Bell is into the wall.
Inside, just hold it up.
Huge hit.
Just hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. You're clear now.
He couldn't hold it anywhere. Makes you wonder if they're
Going to happen as Bell has that right front go down, and watch this truck take off.
Absolutely nothing he could do about it. Just along for the ride, hard into that outside safer barrier.
Just so thankful for technology, the safer barrier, all the safety equipment that's inside that truck. We've seen
Down to the turn, he was passing a lap truck that was 74. Just nothing he could do about it. He may have realized it too late, though.
and there's a lot of conversation on heat in that right front corner, and away goes the tire.
Kaz leaned on it at the exit there. Just that tire went down, deflated.
Work on the 23 here. Gallagher was 8th at the time.
Wow.
Hello?
Yeah, Ryan Truex committed to the bottom of the racetrack, and Spencer Gallagher said, it's my position. He pulled out a little bit late. Spencer may not even have realized it. He pulled out so late.
One of the 9 of William Byron.
Parker was on the inside.
Spencer Boyd. Now I know he stayed out.
Oh, and he just spun out Spencer Gallagher.
Oh, now he's going around.
Hold the brake.
Spencer Gallagher in the 23.
Just runs into him.
Yeah, Spencer Boyd is up in the middle of the racetrack to 63. Ran into the 23 of Spencer Gallagher, and that slowed him down, and here comes the pack behind him.
Far enough in there to try to swipe that spot. First little bump didn't knock him around, so
The third one pretty much did.
we just got to keep trying.
Yeah, a lot of contact for the 23 of Spencer Gallagher
Can't
today.
give up.
You got to give him the A for effort.
Yeah.
Looks like Ben's going to get a little bit of help from Christopher Bell. Just ran in the back of him.
Ben does a great job of spinning that truck around and keeping going.
Going to be a huge break for Matt Crafton and Ben Rhodes. Right now they're currently running.
Hold on as Suarez gets way out of line. Look at him, 3 wide in the pack. Christopher Bell going around. The 0-0 of Cole Custer damaged.
Suarez way outside, on the outside. And there's a 0-5 going to nudge the Ford in the left rear quarter panel, and turn him into the outside wall.
There's a whole lot of nudging going on in there.
Yeah, maybe a little more than.
Trying to hold off Timothy Peters and Ben Rhodes. Haley almost spins. Rhodes does. The 32 got a little bump from Timothy Peters, and that upset him. Upset the truck. Got into Ben Kennedy a little bit and collected others. Suarez took a pretty good hit. Ooh, the 29 of Reddick. Tyler Young spun around.
Tyler had a great run going.
He pulls down, and I think Timothy was just committed to the corner.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was anything intentional there. I think he just was diving to the corner, and Haley's truck was going so much slower they made contact.
Yeah, Timothy laid off him once he made that initial contact, but unfortunately Justin couldn't maintain maintained control of that truck and got into Ben Rhodes and turns him around.
Take a look at it from the 29. Performance this weekend. The first of 3 consecutive weekends in the truck, as you see the contact for Rico. Then they had that issue in qualifying.
Johnny Sauter making a move for the 4th spot in that 21 truck.
Sideways.
Townley and Nemechek get together, and the caution is out. More contact.
Got him coming up, crashing on the top, crashing on the middle.
Big hit for Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, John West Townley, who was trying to save his truck, made in the 0-5 squeeze, John Hunter.
Johnny Sauter took advantage of it by getting down underneath him, but then John Hunter just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, got loose and hit the... Look how close it was to Townley having his straightened out, but there was nowhere for Kligerman to go. What a hard hit that was.
If Parker hadn't have come along there, John West would have been able to straighten that truck out, but what a tough break for both John West and Parker Kligerman. Remember, 3 top 10 finishes to start the season for that 92 truck of Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, the only driver to do so. See if we can get a better understanding right here.
That's exactly where he got loose qualifying.
Yeah.
And there was another truck, a white truck, that I thought wound up high in the wall. Maybe it's the ones cutting up to the outside. You see a great job by Haley, great job by Travis Quapple.
Jordan Anderson, the 66 truck.
Yeah, Anderson just got the free pass. He's back on the lead lap, and he does a great job of avoiding the contact here.
Boy, Ryan Truex, that 81 truck right in front of Spencer, was right up against the wall and did a nice job saving that truck.
There's the truck. Look at the black truck just slipping by Ben Kennedy on the outside. Yeah. Oh, sideways right there.
Brandon Brown, the 86.
Save it, save it. No.
Brake now, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake.
That is a save, Vince. This baby, they're in contention. Oh, 4 wide.
That's not going to work. Contact, accident.
Yeah, Jordan Anderson's going to get the worst of that.
Mike Bliss in that in the 71.
Look at Brandon Brown.
Amazing job.
Johnny's racing hard off turn 2. And there goes Reddick. Reddick is around.
Tyler Reddick spinning. Caution is out. Not.
Crazy wrecks avoided by the talent these guys have.
Watch how sideways this gets. It's about 90 degrees sideways right there, at least 85.
Now watch him straighten those wheels up. Blew a tire, but he had them pointed in the right direction when he headed back.
And now he's charged.
Oh, and Ben Rhodes hits him.
Rhodes takes him out.
And here comes Byron.
William Byron. The caution is out. And William Byron is 71 of Brandon Jones. See if we can get a look at it.
You see Brandon's right behind the 22.
Oh, he gets clipped. Oh, no, he just tries to make an evasive action. You talked about those self-cleaning banks. He was actually a part of that crash when the 22 got sideways.
It looked like he was trying to avoid the 22 and just couldn't. They ended up crashed. And then here's the 98 of Rico Abreu. Damage on his truck as well.
And the 41 of Ben Rhodes. Well, I wonder if they got together, because Ben was already up high into the outside wall.
I feel like they did, Phil, but we got to watch. These replays are so valuable. The FS1 cameramen and women, they just do a great job of getting us these pictures.
And a tough break for Rico Abreu. Had contact last week at Kansas, early stages of the race. Watch it here from Ryan Truex's truck.
That was
looked like Ben Rhodes maybe was the truck on the inside.
Townley.
What a break for Timothy Peters. That's him right in front of John West Townley. So he more than likely will remain on the lead lap by virtue of this caution flag. Look at that safer barrier there. Thank you so much for them.
Yeah, no kidding. You and I both challenged these monsters walls when that safer barrier wasn't there.
Yeah, that beat us most of the time.
It's
Stop now.
Jerry Baxter will call him to the pit box. They put 4 tires on it. They're not going to lose a lap.
He's right in the middle, just just right in the middle of a couple trucks. He had Tyler Reddick, the 29, on his outside, Parker Kligerman on his inside, and I think he just lost some downforce, Michael.
And great job by Matt Tifton, that 11 truck, not to run over the top of Christopher Bell. Remember, he
has been really fast this week, and felt like we really had something to compete for a win, which we desperately need to get in the chase. So just hate it for all my guys, man. It's a shame.
He has a problem. He's doing all he can do to maintain control.
And again, good thing you didn't get into the wall and do even last week. The Mittler brothers, last Wednesday, they were having a conversation on the phone and said, what are you doing next week?
Looks like maybe a left front tire or something went down. You mentioned the fact that the right side tires were up. Something obviously went wrong with that truck. It looked like maybe a left front tire or something broke up there in the front.
When Mike got out, he came around and looked at the right front. Coast a little bit, ease back into the
Oh, trouble.
It's the 05 of Townley. Townley was inside the top 10.
Oh,
Rico's in the wall again.
He probably blew that right front tire.
Cut a tire down.
What a shame.
He got right to his rear bumper, and then William runs the same line Rico's been running, and Rico got a little bit of aero tight right behind him and got into the wall.
Do you think that caught Rico off guard there because Byron did keep that?
I mean, that tire probably deflated, and nothing Parker could do with that truck when that happens. There it goes right there. That left rear tire goes. You can see the carcass come off, and it swings around. It's pretty hard with the safer barrier driver's side.
Both those drivers trying to keep from going a lap down as John Hunter Nemechek was right there on them. So the leader of
that sway bar,
brake duct, sway bar arms,
drag, and he just gets loose down on that bottom. It had the truck turning well, which is a key to success. Oh, look at Peters. What a great job, huh?
They made contact, but Timothy was able to maintain control.
Watch it from Peter's viewpoint.
This is as good as it gets right here.
It's going to be scary here.
5 minutes. Keep it high.
He gave them all the room he could possibly give them.
And you can see Rico, he just saw the crash ahead, tried to turn to the bottom. That tells you how loose these trucks can get. If you've got to make a quick move, you got to get away from you in a hurry. Looks like he just drives into the corner really deep and
just runs in the back of them.
Martins didn't expect that for sure, and because you just knew that action had to pick up.
Yeah, you have to believe that we had contact, just like we saw earlier. Yeah, he's going to point at somebody.
22, it looked like maybe.
Maybe the
William.
Jones now swings inside of Cameron Haley. Contact. Big contact between Jones and Haley, both with significant damage.
We saw the exact
Result. Now watch what happens here. Just lost it.
Just got loose, getting in the corner.
Eric got up off the bottom, got right up against the 13, and it just sucked him around. It's just, you know, this racetrack has a lot of aerodynamics.
And here comes Hemrick trying to get inside for position of Reddick. We've seen it before tonight. Got a little loose on the inside, and then the contact.
Yeah, it was classic. You know, Daniel tried to drive it down in there, and the
ambulance.
I just want to point that out.
You were saying 4, right? Yeah.
See, Jordan Anderson got into the back of the 22 of Boston Wayne Self. Certainly not intentional, but watch when the 22 comes back down the racetrack. His wheels were cut. Jennifer trying to get by on the inside. She was already down in the grass trying to get by. Nowhere to go. Christopher Bell that wanted
Everybody
this restart.
wanted it other than Bell, right?
Watch that replay. It looked like Spencer Gallagher got in the quarter panel.
Helped him around a little.
Definitely got a little help. Hard hit.
Ben Rhodes is pushing. Nemechek on the outside. All kind of contact into the wall.
Sorry. No caution. Keep going.
The caution is out. A lot of damage.
Matt Crafton hard driver's side in the wall. Yeah, it's late there. It's a little hard to tell how far up under.
Our reporter is John West Townley and Spencer Gallagher exchanging words. And oh, they're going at it. This is going to be good here.
Hope the trucks aren't coming.
John West Townley and Spencer Gallagher down there in turn 1. And there's points for a takedown. And the fans are loving it. Townley and Gallagher. John West Townley landed a couple of good blows there. And I'm not sure if the fight was over or they just got too tired to continue. Back. He had a season best 13 just a few races ago back at Texas. Did self. More on that situation with Hermie.
There's a lot of damage to the left side, especially
Right around the top and took those spots away.
9th place.
trouble.
Contact. Spencer Gallagher and Kyle Busch. Busch into the wall.
That's us. 30-23
Heavy damage to the left side of the machine of Kyle Busch.
66 truck there getting a hit in the left rear. It's going to spin him around. John Hunter Nemechek got into Jordan Anderson. Need to get on the brakes.
And final transfer spot. Get a lot of pressure from William Byron is going to go around.
We may stay green if we.
Oh, he can't get that truck turned. See, he's heading in the wrong direction. It's pushing. It didn't make the turn, and they're 3 wide. Oh, and they crash.
Big crash, and they're still together, and we're still green, not yellow yet. Rico and Koppel, are they going to get separated? They were connected there for a moment.
They still are.
They finally separate, and there's some significant damage. Koppel is not happy.
No, I don't think Travis Koppel's trying to separate. Oh, and Core goes around.
Sean Core spins in turn 4.
How this track is just blocked for these guys that are committed to the outside.
And how is Johnny Sauter going to get by there? He actually got a little damage, ran into the side of the 75. Timothy Peters as well.
And you know, the 13 truck of Haley, he escaped any damage. I think he's in the middle of it, but he didn't hit anything really.
Right along with Cody Coughlin. He was far enough back, he was able to see it.
See it again up this up top shot, and you can see him sliding in, and there's the, it's definitely the 16 of Friesen involved in that.
I think it looked like he may have been trying to go to the bottom.
Yeah, and when he's around and knows he needs a caution and thinks maybe that's a good way to get one, but NASCAR is going to hold him for intentionally bringing out the caution. Watch this.
Completed 73.
Gasses it up, just gets too loose here. Watch.
Right into Brandon Brown.
And then that was William Byron, the second pound.
Side darted up to 3rd place. He trails Tyler Reddick.
Lost a hill into the wall.
Already one into the wall.
Hard aggressive these drivers have to be. You can see it just simply gets loose. So fortunate it doesn't slide up into that outside wall.
He does a great job getting back in the throttle. You see Timothy Peters ride by on the outside. We've seen him out of the bottom for Nemechek.
That's an impressive move.
Spinner, Cole Custer in the 0-0.
You see Wisely holds the brakes, keeps that.
The 88 of Crafton, especially if they have gotten that Toyota.
Oh, trouble! Contact!
Again, more contact. John West Townley. And the 4, was that the?
It was.
4 is Christopher Bell.
Peters goes in there with him.
Spinner. It's Hemrick. Contact with his teammate Tyler Reddick. And Austin Wayne Self in the 22, bringing out the 6th caution of the day. Problems throughout the course of the day.
There it is. Jordan Anderson gave him plenty of room down on the bottom, and that truck got loose. We've seen it happen so many times to so many people. And then you see Ben's truck back into the outside wall. Jordan does an outstanding job keeping his truck out of the outside wall.
Yeah, when you get to heading wrong, damage is done to the truck.
Looks like almost that's what it was. His right front went down.
Golly, that's such a shame.
Yeah, got him into the outside wall.
Underfunded team. See that very often.
These guys stay side by side over here in 3. It looks like Crafton's going to be able to make the move.
Oh, Gallagher spins. Spencer Gallagher spinning.
Straighten it out. Inside. Come on, you're okay.
Well, he told his team that he was a little free off and loose as well in the center, and we've got the 0-0 spinning on track.
Cole Custer is why. It's the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins coming through turn 4 and a spinner.
He did a great job of getting that truck.
No, that in front of Bell, and Bell's going to spin.
Christopher Bell, the leader, goes.
Let's see what happens there. He's trying to get by Kaz Gralla. He has an opening on the inside that just ran out of room there.
And I think NASCAR saw this crash happening and threw the caution. I would have too, but Napier did a nice job of using 33 truck, was able to close right in.
You can see Suarez, just nothing he could do.
Stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low, caution.
That tire went down as he got in the corner.
So this is not a major impact in relation to his chase chances. He's good to go for the playoffs, but certainly damage.
A major impact, though.
Major damage to that truck, and I don't believe Nemechek's done for the day. On the left-hand side of your screen.
Going to try to get in behind his teammate. He and Johnny Sutter make contact. A lot of damage, and that pretty much.
Looking for the lead for the first time today.
He's spinning around.
Oh, Christopher Bell around, and he takes Spencer Gallagher. A big hit for Bell and Gallagher, both two very fast trucks, and they
Down to the yellow line right there, and he bobbled, and around it goes. Happened that quick.
Boy, and Spencer Gallagher had nowhere to go. Certainly not Gallagher's fault in that situation, just a victim of circumstance.
What a great save by Cole Custer, too, as Bell gets loose and moves him way up the hill, gives him extra room, and saves his truck.
And it's another yellow, another caution, another fuel-saving opportunity for Cole Custer. Remember, we talked about he had to go 54 laps on this tank of fuel, and we've had 2 cautions since then. Byron looked underneath, thinking about maybe I'll go for the lead. Gets Peters loose a little bit on that contact, and hard into the wall is Cole Custer.
Same situation. He got loose underneath Brett Moffitt.
Wow.
You got fire coming out the back here.
That was a big hit.
See the winning net down.
And the fire's out.
As the laps wind down.
It's loose.
Yeah, the 11's just going by him, and it looks like the 00's kind of chasing his truck up the racetrack a little bit. He gets so close to the 11, and they make a little bit of contact, and man, hard into the safer barrier for Cole Custer.
Well, thank goodness for the safer barrier. Watch the angle. Bam. And again, it's amazing that more trucks didn't get caught up in that. Watch it from the 88 this time of Matt Crafton.
Coming into the bottom of the frame here, and it's there you go.
He's going the wrong direction for sure. Yeah, I'd say it looked a lot like brake issues there again, don't you think?
Could have very well been.
Had an issue, got off track, was running 10th at the time. Fortunately, not significant damage. He was able to
get by on the outside.
Oh, and around goes the 29 of Reddick. It looked like maybe the 24 of Casgrella got into him a little bit.
Issue racing to be in the chase.
Puerto Rico really got in and got the 13. Those are teammates.
Yeah, Gary Klute got a piece of that as well with a 51 truck. Take another view. Look at top of your screen.
The 81 of Ryan Truex got some damage there as well.
Contact.
A lot of it, and Casgralla goes around and gets into the wall. Caution is out. 22 truck of Austin Wayne Self as he comes off turn 9, get into the back end and into the tires. Looks like maybe he had a little bit of help. Start getting through. Here they come through turn 9. Nemechek gives him a little bump. Custer hanging on. Nemechek gets into it. John Hunter Nemechek and Cole Custer. They're wrecking and spinning, coming to the line. Who is it going to be? Side by side through the grass.
I think it looked like Nemechek.
John Hunter Nemechek wants the flag, and they're not going to give it to him yet. Oh, now we got it. Cole Custer and Nemechek. Cole Custer did not like the way that race ended. Did not like the way John Hunter Nemechek moved him.
Just exactly what you were talking about, Michael. Down on the inside of the 41 of Ben Rhodes and got loose.
This guy's won 5 races this year. He's a rookie, but he's done an amazing job. That's going to be
to work on him.
Here's why we're under caution for the second time tonight. It's the 9 truck of William Byron into the wall. They repaired the truck 40 laps off track and then repaired it. 18, Kyle Busch to the lead. Oh, and a spinner. Kennedy got contact from the 21 of Sauter.
Stay with it, stay with it.
Big crash.
Stay with it. All right, guys, we're wrecked here. Hang on, Ben, they're still coming. Hold the steering wheel tight, hold tight.
One.
I think Johnny just gets a little bit loose and
moves up just a little bit, just a slight bit. You can barely see a mark on the side of that 33 truck. Ben does a great job. If he didn't have any other vehicles, he probably would have been okay, would have saved it. Ben Rhodes came along with nowhere to go, made contact, turned him around. You see the damage that Crafton got. And how about Reddick just barely getting by?
Yeah, a couple of chase contenders, John West Townley and also the 23 of Spencer Gallagher also narrowly escaped.
yeah, Townley has to
Reddick.
look at that contact there that spins Kennedy. And then these guys are running 170 miles an hour, guys, and you don't just turn these things on an instant going that fast. You can see
Ben Rhodes was as low as he could go given the speed he had. He couldn't just drive down to the flat.
watch Reddick there. Wow.
Turn that thing hard. You could see his hands on the steering wheel. Turn that truck hard left to avoid that 33.
Might even taken a little bit of contact
on
there
that right
on the right
side.
side.
Yeah.
Now the
team here.
You could see maybe Suarez gets loose on the inside of the 44, pushes him up the track.
A lot of damage to Tommy Joe Martin's truck.
That's a solid run for that team too. That's a shame. Have it taken away inside 20 to go.
6 laps to go. Oh! Reddick gets into the back end of John West Townley, and Townley is into the wall. Caution is out.
Lock it down there, bud. Lock it down. Lock it down. Lock.
And John West Townley's chase hopes come to an end. This is what brought out the yellow. Keep an eye on that 98. Here he comes as Self had gotten into some contact and then came back down the track and got into the right front of Abreu.
Looked like at one point Rico had a truck they might could win this race with, and to end it like that is quite disappointing.
There at the front entrance of pit road.
He obviously had some sort of an issue there. The right front was locked up. It's loose off of 2 there. Probably going to try to, he's probably going to just drive down into the 49 of Josh Wise, and nothing Josh could do about it. He's minding his own business, and the 63 just got loose.
That had to just shock Josh Weiss. I bet he was stunned when those trucks came together. He was pointed straight down the back straightaway, and all of a sudden he's just head on into the outside.
No wall contact at all, was able to keep it off the concrete, but certainly a tough start to the race for one of our championship chasers, Daniel Hemrick.
A lot of times, Phil, on short tracks, you get to racing side by side.
Lose a little there. He had already spinning. He was trying to get by that 24 blue truck of Kaz Gralla. Let's ride along with John Hunter. See what we can see from this spin here. See him right there trying to make the pass on. That's Johnny Sauter, the 21 truck.
And you could see that truck just bobble, and then it was out of control. Let's ride. Reeson was on the lead lap in the 18th position, doing a nice job in that 16 truck.
Looked like he was down on the bottom trying to get by a lap truck. And they sure spun around quick, and it didn't look like he'd gone in the corner any harder than that other truck that he had caught.
Heavy contact.
Yeah, look at the smoke. Yeah,
yeah.
See the fluid on the outside of the racetrack. Nothing Austin Wayne Self could do about that.
This time because of a problem for the 49 of Wayne Edwards.
Wayne just got a little bit loose there and had to use a little bit more racetrack.
Wiggle for John West Townley going around. Contact.
What an amazing save. Daniel Hemrick's into the outside wall.
Hemrick in the 19. Another one of our chasers.
The big push William Byron was getting from Ben Rhodes, and I think that pushed Byron up into the back of Townley. Nothing John West could have done there. He just got hit at the wrong time.
Boy, the evasive moves by several drivers saved that from being the big one.
Yeah, we had 2-3 trucks involved in it.
Winner this season.
Oh, got a spinner. We talked about Lupton.
It's the 0-2 of Lupton and a hard hit for that 71. Brandon Hightower, the 18-year-old, hard into the wall. The 0-2 of Dylan Lupton.
He just got up a little bit too close to the 23 of Gallagher. Then I think he felt like he needed to turn the wheel and get away from Spencer. And Brandon came along and just to try to avoid it, turned right and got into the outside safer barrier.
And somehow Lupton didn't hit a thing.
First career start for Lupton here in the Truck Series. Boy, you're right, Michael. How does he avoid any contact at all? Not another truck, not the wall.
That's what
Meanwhile,
Talladega.
Brandon Hightower.
Oh, there it goes.
Ben Rhodes collects a bunch of them.
Oh, man.
The big one at Talladega.
It's Hemrick also involved in the bottom in the 19 truck.
The 86 of Brandon Brown, the 41 of Rhodes, the second truck up there on the outside. That's where it all started.
Looked like he might have got a shove from the 17 of Timothy Peters.
Well, I talked about how he's able to push so well. That means he's always up against the truck in front of him, and there isn't any room for Timothy to push him and push him ahead because he's already bottomed out against the truck in front of him, caused him to go sideways. Look at all that sheet metal flying through the air and those trucks grinding to a stop.
I'd mentioned Matt Tiff was involved. He is not. Matt right now is in the second position. He got through that unscathed.
The 5 of Corbin Forrester, the 05 of John West Townley. There is the double, or the 07 of Cody Ware. You mentioned the 00 of Cole Custer, the 86 of Brandon Brown. Of course, Rhodes, heavy contact. Good job by both Martins and Abreu to get through that. Brandon Brown didn't have a chance.
Sure did. Just victim of circumstances there for sure. Most of these guys had nowhere to go, Vince. They just came along, and it happened so fast. The 41 bounces off that outside wall into Brandon Brown and just clogs up the racetrack.
So just past the halfway mark, and major damage. Multiple trucks. The chasers. It's been an eventful day for those 8 trying to advance to round 2. Remember, only 6 advanced to the second round of the playoffs, and already John Hunter Nemechek, we know he's eliminated with the engine problems early in the race.
Look at Abreu and Tommy Joe Martin squeezed through there, and then late it looked like Austin Cindric was trying to thread the needle and didn't quite make it through there.
That's where the damage out for William Byron came from.
And then here's the spin that has brought out this current caution.
That thing looks like it just jumped right around for no reason.
Just swapped ends on him, but remember, with all that.
Will they make it back?
He has too big a lead. He has too big a lead.
Oh, there goes.
They're
Cameron
bumping
Haley.
in the back. Haley is into the wall.
No caution yet.
Infinger trying to hold on. Now Gallagher making a charge from the inside. As you guys indicated, but also Johnny Sauter, the race leader, fortunate enough to be back just enough that where he didn't get caught up in that.
Wow. Donahue just got loose on entry. Maybe saw the
truck. For the 23 of Gallagher.
He was right in between the 18 of Harrison Burton and the 20 of Austin Hill. Again, no warning whatsoever. It just went. He's right, though. He did not. See if we can see what happened. Is that Timothy Peters gets in the back of Harrison Burton and sends him around. I saw the mark on the rear bumper. His truck, last time we saw it, was clean. I felt like he probably had some help getting around there.
That's how it happened. The 33 goes around. Maybe a little help from the 41 of Ben Rhodes.
Overheard a spotter saying it was the 41 that got us.
And then you see that John West Townley just couldn't get stopped in time.
Just about got stopped, but a lot of damage, though, to his Chevy.
Joe Martins, what happened?
We overheard him on the radio saying he just got a little bit loose, got up a little bit too high, and got that truck into the outside wall.
What caused the rub?
Yeah, he's going to get squeezed into the wall by the 05 truck of Cody Coughlin. Cody actually made contact with the outside wall as well.
Teams to pick their driver up a spot, and Kyle Busch talking about, as we see Patrick Staropoli spinning around. Let's look inside Christopher Bell's truck and see if we see, yes, there's a spinning Staropoli up ahead.
Stay up higher. Down on apron. North and down. Back it down. Back it down.